about the AFC South. So I think.
There's a history in this league.
Brought him up.
That's an example.
So
I didn't want to
finish
make him
this.
the subject.
For those who believe, for those who are ready.
You have no idea what song
I
it is.
have no idea what song it is.
It's a hot song right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Unsolicited Role Models. The role models you may not want, but you may just need. It is Dougie. We got Jimmy Drust.
Oh.
All right, so Super Bowl 59, the Kansas City Chiefs have fallen to the Philadelphia Eagles by a score of 40-22. Kansas City Chiefs three-peat has failed, and Jalen Hurts and the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles have won Super Bowl 59.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
On the road to victory.
Yep.
All right, the game was basically over once it started. So, what went right for the Philadelphia Eagles?
What'd I say to you? Defense. To get after Patrick Mahomes the entire time, which they did, and to not let him get... Their offense did not get started until the end of the third.
Mm-hmm.
When it was already too late. When they're already down 34-0.
Yeah.
Like, that defense they took the ball away 3 times. 2 interceptions, 1 for a pick six, and the forced fumble. And you know how they did it? They just blitzed 4 people. They didn't do no splits package. They didn't send like a safety over. No. They're like, us 4 are going after Patrick Mahomes while you guys stay back. It worked.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was coming too. I don't know. They've been the best team all year.
Yeah, I mean they went 14-3, and but then they were hot the entire time. And I watched the game. They lost is because Jalen Hurts got hurt.
And they lost to Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons, I think, in week 2.
Yeah, and then also Tampa, but that was also the beginning of the season. Like after that loss, they won a 10-game winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
They won 10 in a row before losing to Washington, and then after that they won every single game. Like no one was stopping them.
So what do you think the Eagles learned from 2 years ago when they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs?
Defense was older. Go start drafting young, which they did.
Yeah, because I noticed that when I was looking at the roster. I think there's only 2 guys on their roster from.
Yeah, it was
that
Slay
Super Bowl.
and Bradbury, and that was it.
Yeah, they
Everyone else
overhaul.
was either a rookie or 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that offensive line is also like this. It's been the same, but it's like it's younger. They're younger. Like Lane Johnson might be older, but he could still play on a high level. So that team is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if that team goes back to back.
I don't think they will. I think it's hard. I think there's a lot of good teams in the NFC. Minnesota's good. Detroit's good. Washington is good. AFC, anyone could go. I think Cincinnati can. Not in order.
I don't know. If
Cincinnati's good. I think if Pittsburgh gets a solid quarterback, they may be there. Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo.
Kansas City might take a step back.
I don't think they'll go next year, but
I did a step back just because Kelsey's either retires or he goes somewhere else. Because they're losing money if he stays.
I saw
and
that.
they restructure his contract and also do it with Mahomes. They're going to lose too much. Hopkins is gone. Juju might walk. Like, what's going to be there? Worthy and Rice when he comes back, even though who knows what Rice does with his case and everything, he might be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then they're going to lose a decent amount of defense because all their contracts are going to be up, and they're not going to be able to pay them. They're in salary cap nightmare right now.
They are. I think their salary cap is for like 4 people
Yeah,
for
and
their
I think
payroll.
they're gonna lose it, and that's when you're gonna see they might go down because all the other player teams in their division are young, and they can actually sign people. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Chargers or Denver like winning the division next year or this year technically.
I think that's possible. I think LA's a team on the rise.
I think so too.
I
They
think
need
they need
weapon.
more receivers.
They need more weapons. Yeah, I agree. They need more weapons for Cousins. Not Cousins. Why
Herbert.
am I saying Cousins? Because you said Cousins before. Herbert.
Yeah, I think they're a team to watch out for. Bo Nix is going to be great for the Denver Broncos. So I think
Yeah, I think he could
the
be a
West is going
generational.
to be competitive.
Yeah, it's gonna be, especially now with the Raiders getting Pete Carroll and all of them. Like it's gonna be a good team.
Yeah, I think the Raiders will be better than they were last year.
Yeah, I think they'll go above what they had. They had like 5 wins this year, maybe less.
I think they were like 3 and
Yeah,
14.
they might go for like maybe 6.
They declined. They went downhill.
Yeah. Well, they're going to decline because they didn't do nothing special. Like they had a coach that did great towards the end of the 23 season, and then you rely on Andy O'Connell that like that's not good. Like he could get you touchdowns and stuff, yeah, but he ain't gonna win you games.
So we talked about what went right for Philadelphia. What went wrong for Kansas City?
They overlooked them. They overlooked Philly. I think they were thinking they were gonna guarantee a win. Oh, we beat these guys before. They're not ready for us. And then it's like they're ready for a three-peat. I think they overlooked it, and that they looked like it. Philly came prepared and ready to go, and they looked like they're they were lost. They were lost. Like if you see a couple plays with Kelsey especially, while Mahomes running around, he's standing still. He's not going out trying to make plays like he used to. Like no, he's
Mm-hmm.
just standing still.
Do you think Kansas City just prepared for Saquon Barkley because
Yeah,
he didn't have a big day?
he had 50 yards. Yeah, I think they. And what I tell you, if they plan to take out Barkley, what about Jalen Hurts? And I told you Jalen Hurts will have a big game. He dropped what, 4 touchdowns?
Mm-hmm.
He dropped 4 touchdowns with almost 300 yards combined with the rushing and the throwing. Like, come on, that's why he deserved an MVP. And that's why I'll probably say, and I'm probably gonna hear about this. Like, he's probably right now the top 3, maybe number 2 quarterback right now.
I think you're delusional on that one because there's a lot of great quarterbacks in the NFL
Yeah,
besides Jalen Hurts.
but he has succeeded more than the other
He has,
quarterbacks.
he has, but a lot of people have came out and said he was carried by this great Philadelphia team, which you could make the
got carried in the
case.
He got carried in the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't say he got carried in the Super Bowl, but he had a great defense. The defense is what won that game
But
for
also
the
the
Philadelphia
offense,
Eagles.
but also when the offense had to go score and put it and shove
I
it down their
understand that,
throats,
but
he came to
how
play.
he did, but how many points off of turnovers?
14.
No, it was like 21.
That was 14 with it.
Mahomes had the 2 interceptions back to back,
Yeah, but one of them was only a field goal. I don't really count that. I count more of
but
the
it's still
touchdowns.
points off turnover.
Yeah, but still. But he still, but it doesn't mean he could have delivered. He could have just been like, all right, Barkley, run. And
Yeah,
we'll
but
get a
they
field goal.
stopped. Kansas City defense stopped Barkley.
Yeah, and they couldn't stop Hurts. They couldn't stop Hurts. Hurts was throwing the ball down the field, running it, and you're gonna tell me that he doesn't deserve to be at least top 5
In the
among all?
NFL,
Yeah.
I think you can make arguments against that.
Mahomes is 1. All right, we could flip flop to the other 4. Lamar, Burrow, Allen, and then you could put Hurts.
Yeah, but hold on. What are you talking about? What they've accomplished, or them right now?
You could, well, if it's right now, it'd be what they accomplished. So yeah, it'd be a mixture of both. But we're saying right now, it is Hurts as number 2. Hurts went to 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years. He's won one. He's won an MVP. All right. Joe
Okay.
Burrow went to a Super Bowl, never won one. He's 0-1.
But it's a team sport.
But when the lights were bright, Burrow shut
Team
down.
sport.
But when the lights were bright, Burrow shut down.
First of all, that Rams team was on fire.
Yeah. Okay, but still, they had a chance to win, and
I wouldn't say Burrow.
He had
choked.
a chance to win. He had somebody wide open, and it could have been a game winner.
And he got sacked. Is that Joe Burrow's fault?
Could have ran out of pocket better. A lot of things he could have done. He even admits it too. A lot of things he could have done differently.
Yes, but I wouldn't put the blame on Joe Burrow.
Not 100%, but
when
still,
you look,
he had a chance.
He had a chance, but I'm not here to stat grab. But this year, Jalen Hurts had 18 touchdown passes. Are you going to say he wasn't carried when you have Saquon Barkley and you have a great defense?
Well, because defense didn't do that great. It was him putting up points. The defense ain't putting a lot of points up. It's them. Barkley helped big time, yes. That's why Jalen Hurts became better. Is because they actually had somebody competent enough. The last 2 years, who'd you have? Devontae Smith and Miles Sanders.
Yeah, but
they're not top 10 running backs. Barkley's a top running back.
Yeah, but stat-wise, I wouldn't put Jalen Hurts in a top 5.
Why wouldn't you? Then who's number 5 then? If you take him out, you have Allen, Lamar, and Burrow. Who's number 5?
Number 5?
Yeah.
Who's number? All right, let me hear your top 4.
It's Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, and Allen.
I could go with
Exactly. Like you're trying to think. It's like, wait, no one is really that good than Hurts or accomplished-wise.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about accomplishments. I'm talking about numbers.
But accomplishments and numbers are same side of the same coin.
He didn't. It's not like he put up big numbers in the Super Bowl.
He put up 4 touchdowns with 300 yards combined. What are we talking about? Why, if he didn't do that, then why does he have MVP? Should have went to sack bomb.
They always give it to the quarterback.
Not really.
But I'm just saying that defense stopped Kansas City.
Yeah, and the offense scored when they had to score.
Patrick Mahomes looked lost out there.
They all looked lost. But like I told you, though, Kansas City did not play anybody on that on that level. The only team was Buffalo. And Buffalo don't have receivers like Philly does. Philly had receiver and a running back that you had to worry about. And look what happened. Jalen Hurts took over that game and showed why he should be a 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, but you could still make the argument that he was carried this year. 18 passing touchdowns and only 2,000 yards. Without Saquon,
you could say Mahomes got carried by the defense as well.
Without Saquon Barkley, they don't go.
But you could say the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. And if they didn't get blocked field goals and all his lucky calls and everything, guess what? They don't even go to the Super Bowl. They don't even go. So it's head or miss.
I get that argument, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to say he's better than so many quarterbacks just because he won a Super Bowl.
He's top 5. You have to put it. If you even are, Mahomes is 1. We already know this. Mahomes is 1 for just all of his accomplishments, whatever. Because if you say yards and accomplishment, it's the same thing. I'm going to say the last 3 years, it's Mahomes and it's Hurts.
I could disagree with you on
that.
For
him to go to 2 Super Bowls,
yeah, but that's a team game. That's a team game.
Even that Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl he went to, that whole season, what are we talking about the entire time? Oh, it was Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Because if you want to talk about who had a great postseason at the quarterback position, you could go with Jaden Daniels, who threw for 822 yards.
Yeah, he had a great, yes. But like you like to say, it's a team sport. That defense didn't do well because of Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. They played better when, especially Jalen Hurts is better in the postseason. We've seen it. Like, he's better in the postseason than he's regular season.
If you want to talk about who's clutch, yeah, I'll say Jalen Hurts. But this year, even last year, Brock Purdy put up better numbers than him. Justin Herbert put up better numbers than him. Lamar Jackson. Sam Darnold had better numbers than him this year.
Yeah, this year. But that's also when I think their offense was a lot better, just minus the running back. Like, you have Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson. And, yeah, Smith is not on the level. I mean, Smith and Addison are like the same player, but no one's on the level of Jefferson. The only one you can say is Chase. It's the only one you can say is on his level. Like, Jefferson's always that top receiver that is always going number one in fantasy, like in the top 10 in fantasy. He always is. But to say that Jalen Hurts is deserving to be a top 5, it's ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, but only 18 passing touchdowns?
There's people that did a lot less.
That just shows the good team he's on.
Because then, all right, so then if we're going to say, did he have more touchdowns than Mahomes? Probably.
No, Mahomes had 26.
I thought he had less. I'm surprised he had more, honestly. Because it was a lot like low scoring games, but all right. Because I know already Burrow had like 20 something touchdowns.
Burrow had 43.
He had 43. I know Allen had about 40.
Baker Mayfield had 41. Lamar Jackson had 41. Jared Goff had 37. Sam Darnold had 35. Bo Nix 29.
Oh, wow.
Aaron Rodgers 28. Josh Allen 28. Patrick Mahomes 26. Jordan Love 26. Caleb Williams had more. He had 20.
All right. He might not have a great number this year, and I get it. Yeah, you have Barkley. But when it came to playing conservative, he played conservative.
I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but I would say he was carried.
You could say the same thing about Mahomes. He was carried.
This year, yes.
Yeah. So,
but he's still had better numbers over the last few years.
Yeah, but I think he's slowly on a decline a little bit because that team is going to be in nightmare fuel. But if we're saying over the last 3 years, and we're going to say accomplishment-wise, it's going to be Jalen Hurts number 2. He went to 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years, outplayed Mahomes twice, and won a Super Bowl and an MVP. Even when we all thought, oh, Barkley's going to carry that game, he didn't do nothing.
No, he didn't.
And Hurts took over that game. He plays better, like under the big lights. We found somebody that could actually compete on a higher level under the lights. Because you can say the same thing with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. They can't, like, they haven't proved they played very well under the lights because they haven't beat Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that has is Joe Burrow. But then when the lights was brighter, he lost.
Yeah, but that was also, he played against a better Rams team in their own stadium.
Well, yeah, and they also played a top 5 defense, even though they also had a top 5 defense.
So I wouldn't say Joe Burrow choked.
I think there's plays that he could have done better. But I mean, it's whatever it is. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. But no, Allen definitely does not Allen. Why am I saying Allen? Hurts definitely deserves to be in a conversation like that. Honestly, like if
He
we're
will
gonna
be.
say, like, we have the top 4, that 5th one, who would you put 5 then?
Who would I put 5?
Yeah,
All right, if I had to pick my quarterbacks, and this is no order.
yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
So that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
I'd go with Jaden Daniels. Justin Herbert, so we're at 6. Jordan Love.
You're just going off of the touchdowns and everything.
No.
They did not outplay him at all. When they played
Jared Goff.
When they played Myers Goff,
And Jalen Hurts. So he's top 10. I wouldn't say top 5.
He's 5.
I wouldn't say he's top 5.
He's 5.
I wouldn't say he's top 5.
When he played against them, what happened? He outshined them. He played better than them. He made conservative plays and then turned the ball.
Yeah, but I'm talking overall. Overall, I think they're better.
So you're gonna have Jalen Daniels as a rookie overall better than Hurts that had a decent year this year.
He was carried. Jalen Hurts was carried.
You can say the same thing about Mahomes. You can say the same thing about you can say the same thing about. You can say that about Lamar. Lamar could carry like Derrick Henry at the time.
Yeah, and that's why he shouldn't have won MVP this year.
He didn't win MVP. Josh Allen did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but still.
Like, you can't make the argument for Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow carried that team.
No, I'm not saying about that. He definitely did carry that team because all the defense sucked bigger balls.
What can I say?
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we have more to get to. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Unsolicited Role Models, the role models you may not want, but you may just need. So next week, we're going to get more into the off-season, do a little mock draft, do our picks, off-season needs for whatever team we decide to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I want to get into this narrative that you have against me, thinking that I'm mad that Saquon Barkley won, because I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not mad that he won.
If he went to a different team and he had the same success and he went to Super Bowl and won, and he won on the NFC side, and he would have won, you would still be pissed.
On the NFC side. No,
Yeah.
why would I'm mad that we let him go.
Even if he went to Washington, had a fantastic year for them. They went to the Super Bowl because of him. And they won. Now you come on. Every Giants fan is pissed.
Yeah, I'm pissed, but I'm not mad at him.
It's the same thing. Pissed and mad are the same thing.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If Ben Roethlisberger won a Super Bowl with the Ravens,
I'll be pissed.
Okay. All right. As
I'll
long
be
as
mad
you
too.
As long as you
Yeah, I'm not gonna contradict myself. I ain't you ain't that slick.
All right.
Listen, shout out to Saquon Barkley. Good happy late birthday, Saquon. Good win. Proud of you. Doug's just mad because the GM of the Giants suck big balls and he needs to get fired.
Yeah, he screwed up the team.
Yep, he needs to get fired. Big time.
We'll get more into that next
Saquon,
week.
I want you to go to make your speech when you're in Philly tomorrow. And I want you to say, fuck the Giants.
No, it's all love.
No. Just say fuck the Giants.
It's
And
all
I guarantee all the Philly fans are gonna have a riot.
Well, they already had a riot.
Yeah, but they'll have more of a riot. They're gonna have this is their whole week of a riot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna sit here and tell me if I was mad if I was mad even when Mike Wallace went to the Ravens. And he got like decently far. I was pissed.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna be mad. Yeah, I would agree. But you're sitting there saying I'm not mad.
I'm not though. Why would I be mad at him?
Come on. Even my friend Phil, the big Giants fan, he's pissed.
So what are you saying? I'm in denial?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't burn his jersey. I still have my Barkley jersey.
No, that's fine. I'd rather you be like that than burn his jersey, because I'm not the one who made the. He's not the one who made the decision to go test the market.
Yeah, go test the market.
Yeah, go test the market. Of course, he's gonna go test the market. Dumbass.
All right, so I want to play a game. and we'll get more into it when we know like the teams and all, and we'll do this in September for the Dougie and Drust football podcast. That's going to be the
Right.
name of it. But based on this current season and what we think, way too early Super Bowl 60 predictions. Way too early.
Like, who do we think?
Yeah, like who do we think's going to play in Super Bowl 60?
See, I would like to see Philly go back just to prove everybody wrong.
They're not.
But if the Detroit Lions could just make that defense a little bit better, corner-wise, and maybe get a pass rush, I think they could be, and again, a 15 to 16 win team. Even though they're going to have a tough schedule, so is Philly. But I think they could definitely beat them. And on the AFC side, I think it's wide open. But I'm going to say the same thing for Buffalo. I think if they get a receiving core that's decent for Josh Allen, I think they're going to be unstoppable. So, I mean, I would say
so, too.
Buffalo and Detroit could definitely be the Super Bowl contenders.
See, for me, I think the Detroit Lions losing Aiden Hutchinson
Was
really affected them
Mhm.
because they were rolling,
Oh, yeah.
and they didn't lose much, but you could tell the impact that he made in and out of the lineup.
He was stopping the run game and everything that everybody had. So, like, if you're not stopping, like, Jay Daniels, then you're not going to stop no one. Especially you're not stopping Barkley. Hell no.
Mm-hmm. So from the NFC side, I have to go with the Detroit Lions to play in Super Bowl 60. AFC side, I already put my bet in for the Bengals to win it next year, just in case. You never know. It would be a good payday. I really like Buffalo, but I don't want to say the same thing you said.
Yeah.
So honestly, since it could be wide open, I could honestly see. Oh, this is tough because I could go either way. Honestly, I'm just gonna say it just to say it. I could see the Denver Broncos winning that division and going because you just don't know, honestly.
They need something over there.
They
Honestly.
need something, but I'm just gonna go out and
I think
say
it's
it just to
offensively.
say
They
it.
might need they might need a running back. Honestly, I don't think Williams is going to be that guy to like get you. Like you definitely need to start with the running game. I think he needs to be better, but who knows? Honestly,
Yeah, anything can happen.
yeah. Because I think Bo Nix is going to be all right. The offensive line is decent. The receiving core is pretty decently. You have Judy over there, um, Corey Sutton. You know,
Yeah,
I think they'll be fine. I
yeah,
think
it's
a
gonna
running
be
back.
fun.
I think a running back will be, but you never know. Honestly, I mean, they can. I could see the Ravens if they get a receiving core. That's who they really need, honestly, the receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're too. I think it's too much money for them. They spent so much on Henry and all the defensive pieces.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they're suffering a little bit with the receiving core,
Mm-hmm.
especially with Lamar Jackson making too many mistakes.
Yeah, his turnovers cost them in
Well, yeah, the divisional game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a chance to come back, but Buffalo was just like too much on that defense. And we thought, I mean, our apologies to Buffalo. They must have hurt us because we didn't even have them in the AFC at all.
No.
Like, we thought Miami was going to be that team that did the next step forward, but they took a big giant step back.
Mm-hmm.
And Buffalo is just proven why they're going to be contender in the next couple of years. They can be. If they can finally get over the Patrick Mahomes hump, which I think anybody can honestly now, because I think they're going to take a giant step back. Because there's too much cap. There's too much cap going on for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
They're going to lose. Also, the retirement talk with Kelsey, I think he should retire.
Yeah, I think he's overrated.
Not just overrated. Let's just take that out of the way. I think more or less he's making too much money off the field. The podcast is doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
He's in TV shows and movies. Even he's with Taylor Swift, so I don't think he was worried about that much. Like, the guy's set. Why do that more damage to? He's already a Hall of Famer. He's already secured that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he had a chance to be like the first brothers in Hall of Fame, but they ruined that.
Yeah.
Now it's Sterling. Going in.
Yeah,
So I
Sterling
think
and
Kelsey
Shannon.
Kelsey should retire and maybe help KC a little bit, because I know if he goes, it's a 17 million they get back.
Yeah, I think he probably will.
But knowing him, he'll be selfish and he'll stay.
Yeah, I don't see him leaving, but
He should, honestly.
he
If you think
should, I
about
think. I
his
think he's overrated. I don't really like him.
all right, before the madness they had with Holmes being there and they started winning, like his name came across when you had Alex Smith there.
Yeah, but he wasn't big. Like, he wasn't this top
No,
player.
he
Like,
got
I
big
think
with.
Rob Gronkowski's better.
Oh yeah, I think Rob Williams is a better tight end.
I think
And
Travis
I'll put
Kelce is overrated because he has Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback.
yeah, but he also
That's
had
what I
Alex
think.
Smith though too, and he was making a big name for himself.
Yeah, but now he became bigger with Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes.
like he was already big. He became bigger with Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%.
But if we're gonna say, I would put Gronk and I'll put Gonzalez. Then I'll put Kelsey.
Yeah,
'Cause
Kelsey's not top 5 for me.
You could say Antonio Gates, but I would comfortably put Kelsey over Gates just because of his even the stats and the accomplishments.
Yeah, if there's someone before Kelsey, it's you know this guy, one of your boys,
Who
Heath Miller.
I mean, he is a 2-time Super Bowl, but he's not. He's gonna get in later in the Hall of Fame. He won't get immediately. Like he's gonna be like later down the line.
Yeah, I thought Heath Miller was a great tight end.
I think he was fantastic. He was definitely like big game moments. He definitely was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a Kelsey, but like I think he might have been a little bit better
Yeah, I agree.
because I just like the way he played. He played so much better.
He did. Like I said, a quarterback makes a difference.
Well, yeah. I can't compare Ben to freaking Mahomes. Mahomes is better than Ben. There's no question about that.
Yeah,
But with Ben, I think he was just more consistent.
he was consistent, but that's also the system he was playing in. Any quarterback.
He made that system better though.
No, I know, but any quarterback
Any
will have
system you put
success
it,
with.
but it's any system you put him in, he made it better. He was top from Bruce Arians to Todd Haley's to other coordinators that was there. He made that team better.
I agree, but
Any system you put him in, he was perfectly fine.
all right, so you put him on the Giants today?
I think he'll make the Giants better. You got a freaking Antonio Brown 2.0 there. He'll be perfectly fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, like he'll be perfectly fine. Especially Tracy. I think there'd be more about Tracy than him, and he can make plays just off his feet.
Tyrone Tracy, baby. He's going to be the future.
Even when we had a bad offensive line, that ball was coming out with 2 seconds.
I know it was.
Because they made quick slant plays. That's just development of Ben. He made quick adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if he could have had success in the Giants if he was there this year. Like a prime Ben, perfect.
Interesting. Interesting point, Jimbo.
It's true.
And people could hear that conversation when we come back from they'll hear it on the cruise. So we're wrapping this up quick, and then we're getting into that conversation.
Oh God. All right.
All right. In 3,